I was talking with a cat today. He actually emailed me. We were talking in the comments, and he asked me for my email address, and I gave it to him. By the way, just so everybody's aware, on YouTube things change from time to time where they locate things, apparently. But yeah, so on the top of the channel where it has like a one line of the description of the channel, I think it says more, and if you click more, it will give you a drop down window, and in that window it'll of course have the full description of the channel, which is quite lengthy, and then it has like a little keep scrolling down and it'll say something like show email. And my email address is there, tedtalksguitars@gmail.com. And I'm just giving that to everybody watching the video tonight. You can find it on the channel, obviously, as I just mentioned. But anyway, man, I was talking to this cat, and he said, yeah, man, I did a project for my granddaughter, and he showed me his refinishing project, and this sweet picture of his granddaughter with this guitar, and man, I just thought, how cool was that, Jack? So anyway, if there's ever anything I can do for anybody, or you want to talk about stuff, life, guitars, whatever, man, my email address is right there, and I just gave it to you. I won't repeat myself. As if, right? So let's get down to the project. So I've got another coat of AquaCoat on the body, front, back, and sides. And man, I'm still worried about the sides because where I'm sanding, I can see where I'm sanding. I've got grooves. So anyway, guys. So AquaCoat sanding. So again, the directions said use 320 to prep the body, which I did. Actually, I used 220 to begin with because I saw a video of a guy doing that. If you see somebody do it on YouTube, well, hey, it's got to be gospel truth, right? So anyway, second go around, I did 320. So what I've noticed is when I'm sanding the AquaCoat off, man, I don't know if I'm putting too much on still. So what I did, long story short, is on the back side I did a different methodology. So on the back side I actually used my finger, and I just started with a very small area, and I just rubbed and rubbed and rubbed and rubbed until it was drying, and then I moved on to the minuscule detail. So I don't have a lot of product that's just kind of built up on the back. The front, I did a totally different approach. On the front, again, all with my hands, I just put a glob down and just wax on, wax off, man. Pushing as hard as I could, trying to get these pores filled. So if you're playing the home game, what you know is I tried the squeegee, this orange, not a sponsored product, newish tool thing. You saw how that went, I think. And then I did the finger on the back, and I did the swirly on the front with my hand. I did attempt the paper towel just for a few minutes. That just really didn't seem to be working out. So I'm going to start on the back. And man, I think 320 is a little too aggressive, man. But I'm gonna try it. I do have 800 standing by. And worst case, it's another coat and 800. But we'll try 320. And again, I'm gonna try to do this gingerly. As gingerly as I can. Yeah. Did you catch me trying to go hard in the paint? Yeah. That's for you, J-Man, my only athletic reference for the night. Well, here's an athletic reference for you. Your Baltimore Orioles are already out of the playoffs. But hey, I'm a die-hard fan, man. People are like, you live in Texas. Why do you root for Baltimore? Well, funny you should ask while we're sanding. I grew up in Baltimore, and my dad and I, man, just didn't have a great relationship. Had a pretty bad relationship, honestly. Some would call it non-existent. Not a positive deal. But there were several things in life that we shared fellowship about. One was watching Baltimore Orioles play baseball. He's been gone, I don't know, probably a quarter of a decade. And to this day, man, I wear a Baltimore Orioles hat everywhere I go. To my wife's chagrin, I wear the oldest, dirtiest hat. But you know, man, sometimes a hat just feels good. You know, who needs a new hat when you got an old hat that's rocking? You do you, man. That's what I say. Anyway. But yeah, man, Dad and I connected on Baltimore Orioles baseball. We did fishing. We had a little pond. We used to live in Oklahoma, and we'd fish and had some big old catfish in there, man. Am I sanding this too much? What do you think? I mean, I'm not going super aggressive. It is a lot of sanding. I told you about the guy with who put an orbital sander and 220 sandpaper on his, right? He was like, well, it was a butcher block board. It wasn't a guitar body. But you know, man, it's just wood, right? Hey, somebody put that in the comments today. Thanks a lot, man. That really helped me out that night I was wrestling. It's just a piece of wood, man. It's just a piece of wood. Anyway, so we did baseball, and we did fishing. Used to love to fish with my dad, and he liked chess. I played it just to have some kind of connectivity to him. And he smoked, I smoked, he cussed, I cussed, you know, all the things. Anyway, Baltimore's out of the playoffs. It is over, my friends. The season is over. Who you guys root for, man? Any baseball fans out there? It's funny, man. I got one vid out there, man. It's crazy. There's like 30,000 views. I don't know what people are thinking. But and I've had about 10 people. Their only comment is, "Go Orioles." One guy just put "the birds?" ? People are funny. Yeah, it's all good. Well, guys, I tell you, man, I got some observations. This is a smooth. I know I'm just putting dust everywhere. Guys, say it with me now. Nothing I do is prescriptive, man. I'm not trying to show anybody the right way to do anything. Tell you what, she's smoothing out. But I'm telling you, man, I'm pretty sure I don't know, man. Oh, what's this guy doing? Well, I'm thinking. Okay, so this is the back, and again, this was the finger side. Okay, this was just a little dab will do you. Just Cheese feels smooth. Are the pores filled? I don't know. I don't know. I'm so used to, well, I've got one right here that I'm pretty sure I can see into. What I was thinking about doing was putting some mineral spirits on this, but I want to flip it over and do the other side, so I'm going to do that instead. Let's do that. So, clean your area. Now this side, with my hand, wax on, wax off. So it is ugly. I don't know if you can catch that in the light. You see all that ugly swirl? It's pitiful looking. But did it work? You know, man, that's the thing about life, right? You watch somebody do something, and you watch somebody else do something, and then you try their ways, and eventually, man, in most things in life, you find your own way. You do you. So you can tell I got some unevenness up here. I know I'm sanding a lot, guys, but just trying to get that stuff off, man. This was the heavy app side. Of course, I'm pretty sure I just sanded the back with the same measure of effort, right? So, yeah, don't get too crazy, Ted. So yeah, we're just sanding, talking about guitars and life and dads, and oh, that's baseball. And all right, sorry guys, let me switch sandpaper. Life, all the things that go with it. You guys have a good relationship with your dads, man. How was that for you? Well, so Baltimore's out of the playoffs. That's not cool, but you know, man, if you're a baseball fan, then you already know what I'm going to tell you. Your Baltimore Orioles have won the World Series, I think 4 times? Could be 3. But the last time was in '83. Damn. I was in high school, man. Dang. That was a long time ago, Jack. Oh, Plenty of Bass and I had a band, man. The Hardware and Blues Band, although there was some controversy about the name. I wanted it to be like Hardware and sign Blues Band. Or maybe he did. I don't know, Sean. I forget, man. Tell me in the comments, bro. Or text me. One of us wanted Hardware and Blues Band. And the other one wanted Hardwaring. Hardware ING Blues Band. Oh yeah, okay. See, I tell you, man. Oh man, I can't look, guys. I can't get my hopes up, man. My heart can't take it. Oh man, I should be wearing a mask, bro. This stuff is coming all up in my face. No, hey guys, nothing I do is prescriptive. You want to hear the silliest part, man? The reason I don't get a mask is because I don't want to make sound. My microphone to do that scratchy thing that but I'm going to put a mask on. I thank you. My wife thanks you. I'll probably live longer. We just sanding, man. Talking about life and guitars. You guys for doing this, man. Or if you've done this before, how'd you do it? You ever use AquaCoat? Not in the ballpark here, what I'm doing. Tell you what, man. If I close my eyes and feel this thing, it's pretty smooth. But you've been hanging out on the journey with me, man. We've seen this smooth before, haven't we? And then we throw some primer on it, what happens? Pores. Pores happen. I got some really stubborn spots. Well, shoots, man. Maybe 320 is the way to go. I didn't have the heart to get the sander out, man. I don't want to scare anybody. Particularly not myself. Well, what do you guys think? I think that sand is about as much as I can sand something. What do you think? Mineral spirits for the win? Sorry about the noise. Clean your area. Yeah, man. I'm thinking to spirit this thing up, man. Tell you guys, I really would like to be able to get to a point tonight where I could throw some sanding sealer on this bad boy. Tell you what, that's pretty. Oh yeah, man. Sean was talking to his mom about the project. You know what she said? Get some orange dye. I was like, dang, dude, if I didn't have 2 coats of AquaCoat on this bad boy. You know, it occurs to me I haven't sanded the sides from the last go around, so that's alright. I'm just getting. What's the worst thing can happen? More mineral spirits on the front. I know, it's way too liberal with mineral spirits, right? Probably. Well, this is where we are, man. I am hoping that when this dries, I'll do the old Dr. Feelgood test on it. And if it feels good to me, Jack, I will move into little thing we like to call sanding sealer. I don't know if y'all want to see me attempt to put sanding sealer on this again, but depending on what time of night it is and who I'm gonna wake up, how much noise I'm gonna make outside, I may or may not film that. So let's see if I can get up without causing controversy. Speaking of controversy, man, that Bondo thing, people got opinions about stuff, man. It's all good, man. You do you. Catch you in a minute. Well, welcome back. So, this is the last video for this evening, out of all due respect for my neighborhood. Yeah, so I let the seal coat dry for quite some time. I lightly sanded, and this is the first coat of sealer on the entire guitar. I'm not going to touch it until tomorrow morning, perhaps afternoon even. Give it time to really thoroughly dry, and then kind of assess where we are, and we'll go from there. So, man, it's been quite the journey for me. Speaking of journeys, man, wherever you are in your guitar journey, I pray it's a long, smooth, safe, joy-filled ride for you, Jack. We'll catch you down the road. Oh, and in case you forgot, rock on with your bad selves.